What's good, Stiller Nation? How y'all doing? How y'all doing it, man? I told y'all today we coming with that 2021 mock draft, man. I'm only doing one round, and I'm gonna just do what I think every team should do to make their team better. Now the thing about this mock draft is I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do like trades and all that, cause I feel like that's too much. Like I'm gonna just see like what these teams will need if it all stayed in order, which I know it's not. I feel like a couple of these guys in the top 10 are going to trade either up or down. So we'll see. So I'm about to select all right here. Enter that draft right here. No cap. We about to start the draft up. And instantly the Jacksonville Jaguars pop up. I ain't got to do too much explaining about this. Trevor Lawrence is going to be a Jaguar. I don't got to do too much explaining about this. Well, actually, you never know with the Jets. They should pick Zach Wilson. That's what they should do. Now, as for the 49ers, they've been talking about Mac Jones, Trey Lance. If they need a quarterback, you can't go with Mac Jones. You need to go with Trey Lance right there. Shout out to Trey Lance. I think he's going to be the best quarterback out of this draft besides Trevor Lawrence. Now we're on to the Atlanta Falcons. Now the Atlanta Falcons, I think Matt Ryan could have a good season if you surround him with some weapons. Julio Jones is there, Calvin Ridley, and imagine if they were to draft Kyle Pitts, probably the best tight end in this draft. I said probably the best tight end in this draft, probably the best player in this draft. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to think they're going to go draft Kyle Pitts. But I also think they could trade this fourth-round pick and trade down. The Cincinnati Bengals, look, man, I already told y'all what it was. Do not sign Jamar Chase. Do not sign Jamar Chase. Don't draft him, sorry. But don't draft Jamar Chase. What you're going to do, you're going to come up here and you're going to draft Penei Sewell. Probably the best tackle in the draft. Unless you want Joe Burrow to go out there and lose another kneecap. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing around. The Miami Dolphins, I do think the Miami Dolphins are going to draft Jamar Chase. As for the Detroit Lions, I think the Detroit Lions are definitely going to trade this pick, but I'm not going to do any trades. So I would say either the Detroit Lions are going to draft Justin Fields or Devonta Smith. Now, the question is, do they believe in Jared Goff? Will they surround Jared Goff with weapons? With weapons and a line, or will they draft Justin? I want to look at that. I want to look at the analysis. So 16.5% saying they should draft Devontae. People want them to draft Jalen Waddle and Jamar Chase. So it looks like they want a receiver. I would say they're going to give Jared Goff a chance and probably surround him with receivers with weapons and a line maybe. So, but I also think people are girling about Devontae Smith's size. His size does not mean anything. You seen Deshaun Jackson go out there? This man was in college going crazy. I think he'll be just as explosive in the league. I don't think Devontae Smith is going to drop like how people are saying. So I'm going to go ahead and have the Lions draft Devontae Smith. As for the Carolina Panthers, they should definitely draft Justin Fields because they need a quarterback bad. As for the Denver Broncos, they also need a quarterback. I'm going to check the analysis. Wow, 30% says Trey Lance. But I had Trey Lance going to the 49ers because hopefully if the 49ers have a brain. So this is hard because they could possibly draft Mac Jones. They could possibly draft Michael Parsons. But if I'm them, what's going to make me better? Drew Lock is still a young quarterback. He got hurt last season. He didn't even get to play the full season. Give Drew Lock at least one more chance. He's still young, still developing. So I'm going to say go out and draft Michael Parsons. Line him up with Bradley Chubb. That's crazy on defense. And also Von Miller, I think he's still there as well. As for the Dallas Cowboys, honestly, I think because Dallas and New York are in front of the Eagles, they're gonna try to sabotage them. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are gonna pick Jalen Waddle, and don't think they're gonna pick Rashawn Slater. So honestly, I would go out and say the Dallas Cowboys are gonna be assholes, and they're gonna pick Patrick Surtain out of Alabama, the best corner in the draft. The New York Giants, if I'm the New York Giants, we got all these receivers. Do we really need Jalen Waddle? We still have Darius Slayton. We still have Sterling Shepard. They got Kenny Galladay. Like, they went kind of crazy, We still have Evan Ingram. So it's like, do we really need Jalen Waddle? Do we need another target? Or do we want to focus on that line? And if I'm them, I'm focusing on that line once again. So if I'm them, I'm drafting Rashawn Slater. As for the Philadelphia Eagles, you have Jalen Waddle. And honestly, you have J.C. Horn here too. But the Eagles are a team that need receivers. They don't really have any. I mean, Jalen Reagor, but I mean, he's still young. It was only his first year. He can definitely develop. Travis Fulgham, who killed us in what did we play on week 4, week 5? And Travis Fulgham killed us. We still beat them, but that boy had a game. I'm gonna say the Eagles go out and actually get Jalen Waddle to add another target for Jalen Hurts. As for the Chargers need a line, so I'm gonna say they go out and get Christian Darrisaw. The Minnesota Vikings, now this is hard because they need a line, but they also need a safety, so they could draft Trevin. But honestly, I don't think they will. I honestly think that the Minnesota Vikings, they could either draft Elijah Vera Tucker or they could draft Kwity Paye, which is right here. Here's Kwity. But I'm going to think that they go line. And the Minnesota Vikings could be another team that could either trade up in this draft or trade down. So, but we're not doing trades. So I'm going to say that the Minnesota Vikings go ahead and draft Elijah Vera Tucker, which would be great for them. Now the New England Patriots are on the clock. Now, I have a theory. This is my theory. Now, with Bill Belichick being your head coach, with Bill Belichick being the coach he is, with the organization being the organization it is, I honestly think that if Mac Jones or Kyle Trask falls to 15, that Mac Jones would be a great quarterback for the New England Patriots if Cam doesn't show up. Now, hear me out. Mac Jones could be not their next Tom Brady, but their next franchise quarterback. I just feel like he would work in that Patriot system. So, me knowing Bill Belichick, I'm going to say Bill Belichick goes out and draft Mac Jones. As for the Arizona Cardinals, they need a tight end, but I don't think they'll take one in the first. They need a cornerback. They could draft J.C. Horn. Caleb Farley's here. But Caleb Farley's coming off that back surgery, I believe. So that's why he's falling. A lot of these guys are actually falling in this draft. I'm going to go out and say that Arizona Cardinals draft J.C. Oh, hold on, though. Let me check the analysis on this one. A lot of people are saying Christian Barmore or J.C. Horn, which is pretty fair. This would be hard for them because I know they need a cornerback. Let me see. Barmore may have been inconsistent, but his dominant moments were special as many. I don't want to take too much time on this. This is gonna be a hard decision. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to go out and say they're going to draft Christian Barmore. These cornerbacks are falling, but yeah, I mean, a lot of teams are going to be trading up or down. I just don't know like how to do it with trades. I feel like this video would be forever if I do it with trades. I'm just trying to give you a quick mock draft of what teams should do to make themselves better. Um, let's see. The Las Vegas Raiders. Now they need a tackle and a guard or a cornerback or a safety. I'm going to go to the analysis here. They're actually saying they're going to get Trevon Moehrig, 22%. I was thinking more on the lines of they could go out and get a guy like Walker Little. They could go out and get a guy like Tevin Jenkins. Dallin Room does, you know. And after that, that's about it. But they do need a safety. Let's see. They could also get J.C. Horn. I'm actually going to go out and say that the Raiders and John Gruden, because he's a horny guy, I'm going to say he's going to go out and draft J.C. Horn. Here's the Miami Dolphins second pick. Now, I got a lot of thoughts about this Miami Dolphins pick because the Dolphins need a running back just like we do. I honestly think there's been a lot of reports coming out saying that Najee Harris will not make it past 24. It may not even make it to 24. And my concern is the Dolphins have 2 picks. I believe they had the 6th and the 18th. With the 6th pick, I gave them who? I gave them Jamar Chase. With this 18th pick, they could either go line or they could go Najee Harris. And honestly, I won't be surprised when we get to the draft that they pick Najee Harris. But they might have a mindset where they think they can get a running back in the 2nd or 3rd round because, like I said, you can wait. So if Miami is smart, I would wait till the 2nd round and I would draft a tackle in Tevin Jenkins. As for the Washington football team, I already kind of know who I want them to get. I think they're going to get Rashad Bateman. I don't think they're going to go quarterback 1st round just because the quarterbacks are mostly taken up. They could go Kyle Trask. He's still here, but I don't think he's a 1st round quarterback. I don't think Mac Jones is a 1st round quarterback, but I feel like the Patriots will take a chance. And I feel like they're going to go out and get Rashad Bateman. Honestly, this is hard because there's a lot of decision making going on in the draft, and honestly, I don't know, man. Like there's so many good guys here, and I hate that I'm passing up on some of them, but I'm just doing what would help these teams out. You guys give me your top 20. Give me your top 20, or if y'all want to, y'all can give me your top 32 in the comments. Give me your whole 1st round in the comments. But this is pretty fun for me because I've never done a mock draft. This is my first mock draft. It's just a lot of players, and I feel like I'm passing on a lot of guys, and I feel like teams are not going to like go in this order because this is kind of a weird order I'm going in, but I'm going in what the team needs. You know, some teams are going to, and minus the trade. Some teams are definitely going to trade up or down. But as for Chicago Bears, they do need a quarterback. I don't think they're that desperate for a quarterback. I don't think they're going to go Kyle Trask. Hey, they could trade up to the top 10. You never know. They definitely need receivers. They need a tackle, guard, and a cornerback. Honestly, I don't think they're in a rush for a receiver, but they could pick Elijah Moore. But honestly, if I'm them, I'm going to focus on my line first. And I'm going to go out and I'm probably going to go get Walker Little, to be honest. As for the Indianapolis Colts, they need receivers, they need a tackle, and they need an edge. Honestly, I think the Colts think that they have a good receiving core. They have the rookie, well, now the sophomore, Michael Pittman Jr. They have Zach Pascal. They still have T.Y. Hilton. So I think they're either going to go and get a tackle or an edge. And honestly, I'm going to say Kwity Paye goes to the Indianapolis Colts. You got the Tennessee Titans. They definitely need receivers. To me, that should be their number one concern in this draft is getting a receiver. Right here, you have Elijah Moore. You have Terrace Marshall Jr. It depends on who they believe in, though. You have Rondale Moore over here. It all depends on who they believe in. So I'm going to say if I'm the Titans, I'm probably going to go Terrace Marshall Jr. And we're going to pass on Elijah Moore. As you see, the New York Jets are back on the clock. This is a trade that they could trade up for, because they went earlier and they picked their quarterback. But this is another team that could also pick Najee Harris, because do they want to focus on their line and protect their new quarterback that they got? That would be the smart thing. If I just drafted a quarterback with the second pick and I'm back on the clock at 23, I would want to get a line to protect my brand new quarterback, So I'm going to go out and say that the New York Jets are going to sign I don't know. This is pretty hard. Obviously they're not going to be all the way down here. I'm going to have to go search, actually. Let's go search. Let's go to the offensive tackles. I'm gonna go say they probably go with either Sam Cosmi or Dylan Rudons. I'm gonna say they go with Dylan. Pittsburgh Steelers are on the clock. Obviously, they want Najee Harris. Obviously, they need Najee Harris. Obviously, I should think they get a line, but just because I think Najee Harris is gonna go here, I'm going to have them draft Najee Harris. Jacksonville's back on the clock. Another team that could trade, but we're not going to do trades. Earlier, they got Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to say they probably go out and get somebody to protect Trevor Lawrence, because you got a new quarterback, so why wouldn't you do that? And I'm going to say they go get Sam Cosmi. Cleveland Browns are on the clock. They need some defensive linemen, some edges, some linebackers. So I'm actually going to go out and say that they're probably going to get Jeremiah Uwasu, or they could get Jason Away. They can get Jalen Phillips, but I'm going to say they go out and get Jeremiah Uwasu, and that would be crazy for our division. Obviously, we know what the Baltimore Ravens need, either Elijah Moore or Rondale Moore. And honestly, they're probably going to go... If I'm in their shoes, I may go Rondale Moore. Honestly. But you also have Kadarius Toney down here. You have guys like De'Amon Brown. But that's what I'm saying. You have two Moores here. This could be interesting for the Ravens. Because you never know what receivers are going to fall and drop. They're saying a lot of the receivers are going to fall, which I don't believe should happen. I want to say they go out and get Elijah Moore. The New Orleans Saints, it says they need wide receivers, but do they? They're not short on wide receivers. I would say they go out and probably... They could get Caleb Fairley. The fact that Caleb Fairley's still here, I might have messed up with something, because there's no way Caleb Fairley is not making it out of the first round. But if this does happen, if Caleb Fairley does fall to 24, we should honestly think about picking him up. But I'm not going to actually have them draft a receiver. What I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to have them draft Caleb Fairley. That would be a great addition. The Green Bay Packers definitely need a wide receiver, and I think they pass on Rondale Moore and they go get Kadarius Toney. The Buffalo Bills, as for them, they need a DL, they need an edge. They're probably either going to get Jason Away or Jalen Phillips for the most part. I'm just doing what everybody needs. Like, these teams need a lot. See, look, that's what I'm saying. I think I missed out on some stuff. I don't think Xavier Collins is going to fall. Like, some of these guys are not going to make it out of the first round. I don't think guys like Xavier Collins is going to fall this deep. I don't think guys like Trevon Moehrig is going to fall. Trevon Moehrig probably will go to the Raiders. So I probably did mess that up. But I'm just going with what I think these people need to make their teams better. As for the Bills, I mean, the Bills are already pretty dominant. I'm going to ahead and give them Jason away. Baltimore's back on the clock. Once they get a receiver, then they can focus right back on their line. And you know who would be great for their line? Imagine if the Ravens get Alex Leatherwood, 6'6", about 350. That would be absolutely crazy. Landon Dickerson here, he may fall just because he tore both ACLs and both knees. Yeah, but imagine if the Ravens were to get Alex Leatherwood. They might need to take advantage of that. That would be great. They're saying they need a QB. They don't need a QB. Tom Brady's not going nowhere. And shit, if he's here, I'll have him be the last pick. Trevon Moehrig. Because that would be an amazing addition to that Buccaneers team that just won the bowl. That would even stunt their defense more. So, yeah, that was my first round. We're going to go over it. How do I get the round one? So, obviously, my first 4 picks, my first 6 picks, I'm set in stone with Trev, Zach, Trey, Kyle Pitts, but the Falcons could trade up. Penei Sewell, Jamar Chase. I have Devontae Smith going to the Lions. I do have the Panthers drafting Justin Fields, Michael Parsons, could pair with Bradley Chubb and Von Miller. Patrick Surtain could go to the Cowboys if the Cowboys want to be assholes towards the Eagles. Giants should work on their line with Rashawn Slater. Eagles need a receiver, so go get Jalen Waddle. Chargers need to work on their line. Go get Christian Darrisaw to protect your new and up-and-coming quarterback, Justin Herbert, who's pretty damn great. Vikings can work on their line. Go get Elijah Vera Tucker. Patriots could develop Mac Jones into the next franchise quarterback. Cardinals get Christian Barmore. Honestly, I should have had Trevon Moehrig go to the Raiders, but it is what it is. They'll be happy with J.C. Horn. Go get Tevin Jenkins. Go protect Tua. Go get Rashad Bateman. Put some receivers around whoever their QB is going to be. The Bears try to get your line strengthened. Colts go get Kwity Paye. You guys need a receiver, so go get Terrace Marshall Jr., who I think is going to be a great receiver. Jets go protect your quarterback. You just got Steelers. Go get a running back, a dominant running back. Jaguars go protect Trevor. Browns just make your defense better. It's already pretty good. Ravens go get a wide receiver. And then go get 6'6" Alex Leatherwood down here, who's fucking 350-something pounds. Saints go get Caleb Fairley if he's there. Get somebody to help Devontae Adams. So go get a wide receiver for the Packers. Bills, make your defense stronger. And Bucks, you get a steal with Trevon Moehrig. This is my mock draft, man. This is probably not going to happen. I'm going to be honest. This is probably not going to happen. This looks insane. It looks like everybody wins. Like, literally, it looks like everybody won. Everybody won in the first round. And mind you, this is without trades, though. Trades will definitely happen, but it looks like everybody won, honestly. Everybody got a good player. I mean, this is a very good draft, but we'll see what happens. This looks a little ridiculous. It's just a mock draft. Yeah. This looks insane. I'm out, bruh.